Ladies and gentlemen, please clear the aisles and take your places. Would the audience and students please rise? The procession will now begin. Please be seated. Good evening. Omnis candidati graduum baccalaureatorium aut consociatorum in Collegio Artium Liberalium Universitatis Publicae Pennsylvaniensis ad egressum initialum celebrandum iam convenerunt. Omnes rita ac recta concederunt. Ritus egressus initialis ignitur in fine temporis semestris verni nunc statim disponatur. Candidates for baccalaureate and associate degrees in the College of the Liberal Arts at the Pennsylvania State University have gathered to celebrate their commencement. All are in their places. These commencement exercises for spring semester are hereby called to order.
Multus gratias, tibi praeceptor. Thank you, Mr. Marshall. Good evening. I am Susan Welch, Dean of the College of the Liberal Arts. Ladies and gentlemen, members of the faculty, honored guests, and distinguished members of the graduating class, we are now convened for the 2017 spring commencement of the College of the Liberal Arts. We shall open with our national anthem led by Joseph Helsinski, a student in the School of Music. Please rise and join him in singing.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you. You may be seated. On behalf of the university, I welcome you to this commencement. These ceremonies are a ritual repeated throughout the ages and around the globe wherever there are institutions of higher learning. The mace is a symbol of the authority of the university. The Latin that opened our preceding ceremony and the robes and caps that we all wear are a modern version of those worn by university scholars in the Middle Ages, reflecting our medieval past and the 900-year history of universities. But the spirit of commencement is focused on the future. Today, we gather to recognize these men and women who have completed their academic programs and are now to be acknowledged as graduates of the Pennsylvania State University. You have my personal congratulations and best wishes. For more than 100 years, the College of the Liberal Arts has grown, reshaped, and distinguished itself. Liberal arts alumni, now numbering more than 90,000, are leaders in every field of human endeavor: the arts, education, law, politics, public service, business, technology, science, and human services. Many of our faculty are internationally recognized authorities in their humanistic and social and life science disciplines. And our undergraduates, studying now in one of more than 50 major fields offered in the college, animate our classrooms with energy, intellect, and curiosity, and earn national recognition through their scholarship, service, and philanthropy. I am very proud to be part of this college. Our outstanding faculty have been the advisors and teachers of our graduates today. I would now like to recognize this very special group, the faculty of the College of the Liberal Arts. May I ask the faculty to rise and remain standing? You have encouraged our graduates' personal and academic growth, and your expertise and dedication have inspired and supported them. You have touched the lives of these graduating today in a direct and significant way, preparing them not just for a career, but for a lifetime of learning. To you, the faculty, I extend my appreciation for your commitment to the education of our students and for your excellence in scholarship and teaching. You have given our students a memorable foundation upon which they will continue to build throughout their lives. I ask the graduating seniors and all others assembled here to join me in applauding this distinguished group of individuals, the faculty of the college. Thank you very much. You may be seated. Now I would like to say a word to the family members and friends of our graduates. We appreciate that you sent your child to Penn State, and you deserve our enduring gratitude for the support you have given your graduate, the sacrifices you have made, and the caring you have shown. We admire your sense of priorities, your sense of commitment, and perhaps above all, your sense of humor. Members of the class of 2017, please join me in expressing our profound appreciation for those members of your family and friends who gave you the encouragement to reach this wonderful day. Thank you very much. And to our graduates today, we are proud of you and your accomplishments. You leave behind your tons of used furniture, clothing, tchotchkes, and will take with you Penn State friendships, memories, and a liberal arts education to last a lifetime. You have developed the ability to think logically, to reason ethically, and to communicate clearly. You are prepared to make a living today and are ready for future careers that don't even exist yet and adventures that you cannot foresee. We have but one wish for you. That is, you make the world a better place, day by day, for your families, your communities, your country, and your world. If you do this, you will have paid back those whose support, encouragement, teaching, and mentorship allowed you to have a Penn State education. Good wishes on your journey. I'm delighted now to introduce Elizabeth Katchmark as our college's student marshal and our commencement speaker. At Penn State, a marshal is considered the top student in the class based on grades, extracurricular, academic, and leadership contributions. Elizabeth is the daughter of Jeffrey and Rosemary Katchmark of Bellefonte, Pennsylvania. A Paterno Fellow and Schreier Honor Scholar, Elizabeth is graduating summa cum laude with Bachelor of Arts degrees in African American Studies, English, Philosophy, and Women's Studies. She chose Associate Professor Shirley Moody Turner to accompany her as her faculty marshal. During her time at Penn State, Elizabeth worked as a writing tutor, a teaching assistant, and a research assistant. She taught in DC public schools as a social justice fellow, served as a peer educator for peers helping reaffirm, educate, and empower, and presented her work at 3 academic conferences. She was also a grant writer for the Bellefonte Art Museum, for Centre County, and she received several awards and scholarships. After graduation, Elizabeth will attend a doctoral program at the University of Maryland in English literature, specializing in African American literature. Congratulations, Ms. Ketchmark, on your many accomplishments.
President Barron, Dean Welsh, distinguished members of the platform, honored guests, and fellow graduates. On this joyful occasion, I invite each of you to take a moment to reflect on your time at Penn State. Call to mind an instance of kindness you've experienced, a moment when someone reached out to you in times of hardship, mentored you before a difficult decision, reminded you that you mattered. I ask you to recollect these memories to demonstrate how profoundly our lives are shaped by the compassion and generosity of others. It is through participating in loving communities that we become our best selves and achieve our dreams. In taking a moment to appreciate the kindness and care that has brought us to this day, we become aware of our capacity to uplift and empower others as we ourselves have been uplifted. As Toni Morrison eloquently remarked, I tell my students, when you get these jobs that you have so brilliantly trained for, just remember that your real job is that if you are free, you need to free somebody else. If you have some power, then your job is to empower somebody else. As graduates in the College of Liberal Arts, we are uniquely well-suited to do so. James Baldwin once noted that the paradox of education is precisely this, that as one begins to become conscious, one begins to examine the society in which he is being educated, and later concluded, it is your responsibility to change society if you think of yourself as an educated person. In this way, education, particularly the kind of education we received in the College of Liberal Arts, is inherently radical. To be well educated in the disciplines of the liberal arts is to be a perceptive critical thinker, a powerful communicator, and a compassionate person, sensitive to the value and importance of our differences. Given that we live in an unequal, unjust world, it is our responsibility to ask ourselves, what does it look like for me to choose justice? What does it look like for me to choose compassion? What does it look like to use the knowledge and skills I've developed to create a more equitable, just world? These choices, to speak up when we could have more comfortably been silent, to act when we could have more easily stood still, to weave our commitment to equity into the fabric of our lives are the choices that define us. The great freedom teachers I've studied in the College of Liberal Arts, some of whom I've quoted here today, have demonstrated that in every profession imaginable, from every place across the globe, it is possible to choose justice and to reshape the world. Whichever of the countless paths we may choose, we can become the advocate who breaks down barriers, the safe harbor in which others can find refuge. As we take the next step, uncertain what the next moments of our lives may hold, we must remember the necessity of hope. Harvey Milk once told us, "I know that you cannot live on hope alone, but without it, life is not worth living." All the exceptional things you can accomplish only become possible when you believe in your ability to realize them. In this spirit, I ask you to place no limits on what you can become, to dream wildly, hope ardently, act courageously, and never forget that in each moment, you have the opportunity to become the person someone else always remembers. Thank you and congratulations.
Thank you for those remarks. Very nice. I now call upon Eric Barron, President of the University.
Ladies and gentlemen, we turn to the awarding of the degrees. The legal corporate body of the Pennsylvania State University is its Board of Trustees. This is the body that by our charter is given final responsibility for the governance, welfare, and all other interests pertaining to the university. At this time, it gives me great pleasure to call upon Ms. Ann Riley, member of the Board of Trustees, to authorize the conferring of degrees at this ceremony. A member of the Board of Trustees since 1997 and appointed as an emerita trustee on July 12, 2013, Ann Riley is an English teacher and past president of the Penn State Alumni Association. She graduated from Penn State's College of the Liberal Arts with a bachelor's degree and a master's degree in English. We're extremely pleased that she is with us today. Ms. Riley.
Thank you, President Barron. Congratulations, graduates, as you receive your degrees from the Pennsylvania State University. We hope your academic achievement and life experiences in school prove to be useful as you assume positions of leadership and service and begin to share what you have learned in both home and global communities. And as you leave Penn State, we hope you have in place some loyal friends and wise mentors to whom you turn for strength and reassurance. Hold on to each other. Keep in touch. May your own learning be lifelong. May you give and receive many kindnesses. And now I turn to my official duty. President Barron, by virtue of the authority vested in the Board of Trustees of the Pennsylvania State University, I authorize you on behalf of the board to confer on each of these candidates the degree earned as certified by the appropriate faculty and deans.
Thank you, Trustee Riley. I now call upon Associate Dean for Undergraduate Studies in the College of the Liberal Arts, Paul Taylor, to present the candidates for the conferring of their degrees. Dean Taylor.
Thank you. Thank you, Dean Welch. I am pleased and honored indeed to extend my best wishes to all of the graduates this evening. I know that you have worked hard to realize your academic goals. This ceremony is for you, and it acknowledges your achievements. President Barron, I will now introduce the class of 2017. Will all the candidates for the degrees of Bachelor of Arts, Bachelor of Science, and Associate of Arts please rise and remain standing? President Barron, I am pleased to present these worthy and approved candidates for the degrees of Bachelor of Arts, Bachelor of Science, and Associate of Arts in the College of the Liberal Arts.
By By virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees, I confer upon each of you the degree you have earned in the College of the Liberal Arts with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities thereunto appertaining. You may now move your tassels from right to left, and congratulations. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the class of 2017.
You may be seated. Thank you, President Barron, for conferring the degrees on these candidates assembled. Before we proceed to the conferral of degrees, please note that Penn State is now recognizing our graduates who are actively serving, veterans and graduates of our ROTC programs with special red, white, and blue honor cords for their service and sacrifices. At this time, I would like to ask all graduating military and veteran students who have served our country to please stand. Now, will those in the audience who are veterans or active duty members of the military please stand? Please join me in thanking them once more for their significant contributions to our nation. Thank you. You may be seated. I now invite your attention to the commencement program. Students who are in the top 12% of their class at the end of fall semester have asterisks by their names in the program. Others, graduating with scholastic distinction as a result of this semester's work, will have this noted on their official transcript. Students who are graduating summa cum laude are wearing a blue and white cord. Students who are graduating magna cum laude are wearing a blue cord, and students who are graduating cum laude are wearing a white cord. Will those graduating cum laude please rise as a group and remain standing? Now, will those students graduating magna cum laude please rise and remain standing? You have our warmest congratulations on your scholastic achievements. You may be seated. Now, will those students who are in the top 2% of the class and are graduating summa cum laude please rise? Congratulations on the very highest academic achievement at Penn State. You may be seated. And now, to recognize our graduating class of Paterno Fellows, I call Donna Berry, Director of the Paterno Fellows Program.
Thank you, Dean Taylor. It's my privilege to have this opportunity to recognize, on behalf of the college, our graduating class of Paterno Fellows. These very talented students mean a great deal to all of us because they have shown themselves to be superior scholars and citizens consistently throughout their 4 years at Penn State. Not only have they surpassed The rigorous academic achievements expected of students in the Schreier Honors College, our partner in the Paterno Fellows program, but they have also excelled in the liberal arts. They have mastered at least 2 fields of study, demonstrated outstanding abilities to communicate in a variety of media, studied abroad or completed an ambitious internship, often multiple studies abroad and internships, and they have studied ethical principles and applied them by giving back to the community, by taking on significant leadership and service responsibilities. Now, can I call on all of the Paterno Fellows, please, to rise? I congratulate each and every one of you on your superior achievements. Thank you. You may be seated.
Ladies and gentlemen, all degrees have been conferred. One outstanding student has been selected from each department to receive special recognition today. These student marshals were chosen on the basis of academic achievement, and we have provided some information about each marshal's accomplishments in your commencement program. Student marshals have in turn selected faculty marshals to escort them. After the marshals are recognized, all other students will cross the stage as the college nomenclature calls each name. But let me first say a word to our guests today and ask for your cooperation. Most of you have traveled many miles today to hear your student's name. Each name will be heard, but only if all of you hold your applause and cheers to the very end. Each graduate deserves the opportunity to be recognized by their families and friends. Then, at the close, we will all applaud all their accomplishments. I am happy once again to introduce our college student marshal, Elizabeth Katchmark, escorted by Associate Professor Shirley Moody Turner. Now I am pleased to introduce the student marshal for the Department of Anthropology, Leah Bader, escorted by Professor Timothy Michael Ryan. The Department of Asian Studies, Marlana Bosley, escorted by Professor Kate Merkel-Hess. Department of Communication Arts and Sciences, Matthew Krager, escorted by Professor Robin Kramer. Department of Comparative Literature, Clayton McKee, escorted by Dr. Charlotte Eubanks. The Criminology major, Natalia Ruggiero, escorted by Professor Daryl Steffensmeyer. Department of Economics, Irfang Tsai, escorted by Professor David Shapiro. The Department of English, John Miller, escorted by Professor John Jack Seltzer. The Department of French and Francophone Studies, Susan Navi, escorted by Professor Jean-Claude Villamy. The Department of Germanic and Slavic Languages and Literatures, Brian Zdanzevich, escorted by Professor Irina Mikhalian. The Global and International Studies major, Aviva Dori, escorted by Professor Sabine Doran. Department of History, including Jewish Studies, Latin American Studies, and Medieval Studies, Carolyn Brizelli, escorted by Professor Michael J. Milligan. The International Politics major, Megan Saihaki, escorted by Professor James Piazza. The interdisciplinary marshal is from the African Studies program, Isabel Helmich, escorted by Professor Clement Abrokwa. Department of Labor and Employment Relations, Megan Stouter, escorted by Professor Sarah Damaski. The Department of Philosophy, Stephen Messimer, escorted by Professor Mark Sintesi. The Department of Political Science, Jaden Rankin-Wallers, escorted by Professor Michael Nelson. Department of Psychology, Caroline Gooch, escorted by Dr. Kenneth Levy. Department of Sociology, Hayden Hornstein Platt, escorted by Professor Michael Gaddis. Department of Spanish, Italian, and Portuguese, Silvia Biscavenu, escorted by Professor William R. Blue. The Department of Women's, Gender, and Sexuality Studies, Chelsea McGee, escorted by Professor Mindy Boffemeyer. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me once again in applauding these distinguished graduates. I would now like to call upon and thank our university nomenclator, Dr. E. Allen Cameron, who will introduce individual graduates by their departmental groups.
Graduates in anthropology, biological anthropology, and archaeological sciences are Samantha DeLacy, Sarah Young, Brittany Massey, Ashley Egler, Jessica Shander, Eric Leroy, Jocelyn McLaughlin, Talia Weiss, Lauren Hamilton, Jamie Ranali, Sarah Wall, Janelle Brassel, Mary Vinciguerra, Benjamin Rovito. Graduates in Communication Arts and Sciences are Brett Gravatt, Brittany Etters, Thomas Milford, Daisha Morrow, Olivia Slogowski, Morgan Nachman, Olivia McMahon, Nicola Fazio, Rachel Buckley, Anthony Wallace, Joy Eileen Hopkins, Ben Kennedy, Eric Wright, Kelly McGuire, Jacob Strauss, Tariq Al-Said, Georgina Agari Lopez, Shirley Sigworth, Jacqueline Rospodowski, Hannah Wolf, Nathan Larkin, Dylan Burns, Eben Elazer, Carl Bignon, Emma Simpson, Lindsay Jemison, Rachel Shore, Lindsay Bernstein, Hannah Saracone, Anthony Camerota, Yunji Oh, Khadija Nix, Kenneth Cruz, Erica Keene, Michael Churan, Sandra Fernandez Arias, Teodora Kakiani, Alexandra Panapresso, graduates in criminology are Alan Sobosinski, Cairo Krupa, Luis Marcelino Hernandez, Kyle Alston, Olivia Snyder, Harrison Collins, Ryan McDonald, Stephanie Marazzo, Amanda Ripisi, Alexandra Ocasio, Kristen Wozniak, Bianca Sumter, Isha Willingham, Matthew Burkowski, Colin Devlin, Bradford Alleman, Lachey Riley, Michael McLaughlin, Andre Montaner, Ryan Clancy, Zachary Alden Brown, Corwin Lee, Mia Patrapoula, John Bonino, Tori Gutai, Brooke Marashevsky, Margaret Purcell, Stephen Verbeck, Ryan Raidel, Jake Waldron, Shisiri Suthapradit, Kayla Angst, Aubrey Reher, Maria Mazzariello, Melanie Campos, Anthony Shamil, Alexis Bastis, Aiden Skelly, Tyrone Bell, Jacqueline Walker, Stephen Madrid, Brent Andruskavich, Eugene Sitar, Dylan Vermeesh, Thomas Donovan, Ian Olwine, Alan Gulbeers, John Agliaro, Nathaniel Klepser, Rachel Schneider, Hannah Sterner, Christopher Marukian, Jonathan Reed, Connor Huff, Lisa Hernandez, Brandon Gentili, David Castaldi, Summer Smith, Jacqueline Steib, Nathaniel Fuentes Fernandez, Sophie Klapow, Aisha Kitani, Daniel Wickus, Brian Carlson, Rudolph Skonord, Kevin Lina, Jonathan High, Alexia Johnson, Asasha Maynard, Tashana Page, Alyssa Betancourt, Christian Farrell, Sarah Mannion, Siri Chang, Olivia Kane, Elliot Panacost, Michael Hoza, Brandon Johnson, Austin Bacardi, Brian McCabe, Maggie Volker, Elijah Varzel, Michael Pavone, Leonard Richardson, Rachel Jimenez, Elena Halasek, Sean Elman, Emily Connell, Brianna Garcia Dixon, Audacia Ajayi, Kevin Wimpheimer, Christian Belker, Devin Bloom, Paul Elbert, Eric Ibarra, Shane Brutoski, Brittany McAllister, Nikisha Woolery, Natalie Osborne, Alec Hegarty, Omar Otero, Tina Hess, Tyler Martin, Robert Simon, Tori Knight, Jordan Ali, Skylar Santomartino, Serena Rowland, Matthew Caswell, Matthew Smurl, Nicholas Spangler, Brody Domenico, Carolyn Hefka, Shannon Sutton, Hannah Rao, Evan Clark, Logan Corson, Jocelyn Hernandez de Leon, Lawrence Hodges, Skylar Cox, David Filto, Taylor Nelson, Kristen Mays, Amanda Katz, James McQuiggan, Alexis Seaman, Erica Treble, Tirza Mullen, Julie Johnson, James Gullibon, Jeremy Tucker, Allison Osterman, Brian Lee, Austin Jenkins, Madison Penover, graduates in economics, Tanner Johnson, Sun Ho Nam, William Joyce, Austin Bailey, Stephen Rakosi, Mohammed Arsiandi, John DiDonato, Jocelyn Gaiman, Abigail Lutton, Cece Wang, Ri Young Zhou, Matthew Lloyd, Harrison Pappas, Alexander Velichko, Matthew Smith, James Smith, Akanshka Thakur, Haley Patel, Naomi Clouden, Jose Aguilar, Sandra Donaldson, Harrison Davis, Hannah Kirby, Junsung Kim, Cameron Mothersbaugh, Thomas Rodzeminski, Matthew Bentz, Daniel O'Keefe, Douglas Hoffman, Brian Carr, Lauren Edwards, Ahmad Aldermauer, Jassim Albahar, Awaleed Almohana, James Gemmel, Nigel Lewis, Jalen Dong, Henry Yu, Shuhan Tian, Ting Chen, Irene Rogers, Andrew Schwartz, Carrie Donnelly, Chiara Toniolo, John Broderick, Michael Tapsoba, Cameron Stevens, Zachary Smilowitz, Jordan Bernstein, Matthew Pierce, John Karasinski, Scott Cesano, Richard DeMaria, Devin DeCondia, Shane Kronick, Stephen Robinson, Zachary Haynes, Alec Secchio, Patrick Ellsworth, Austin Pintar, Joseph DiStefano, Jusung Choi, Gunyung Park, Seungchul Yu, Xiaoyang Zhang, Max Mondello, Diego Mendoza, Mark Cruz, Lauren Despo, Alec DeRoshi, Avinaba Chandra, Mathreyi Gopalakrishnan, Shufang Huang, Brian Amoth, Lauren Beck, Brandon Osgood, Alicia Mohammed Dinfirki, Wanjing Yi, Catherine Mackin, Bethlehem Gina, Heng Hao Wan, June Wong, Emmanuel Gamble, Eric Hippensteel, Ian McAllister, Jeffrey Cheng, Sam DeMissa, Derek Blosser, Trent Henry, Stefan Burns, Zhejiang Wang, Alexandra Jevons, Richard Lucas, Ali Al Mahfoud, Sumil Patel, Malik Cooper, Kyle Zelanka, Elon Harrell, Bronson Ford, Serby Guy, Christopher Hansen, Connor Chess, Jose Verdejo Aja, Justin Gorak, Juliana Milano Rodriguez, James Beerley, Eli Fisher, Wendell Rubright, Kenny Wu, Michael Stelz, Derek Harkale, William Birmingham, Andrew Vittorio, Andrew Witt, Timothy Saunier, Corey Brock, Michael Prisco, Christian Lewis, Jaihan Chang, Andrea Rueda, Thomas Baez Arazo, Jacob Urban, Sung Hyun Jun, Kyu Ha Kim, Jinzin Song, Kevin Cosgrove, Brian Green, Stephen Ileka, Byron Molina, Kiana Dang, Brendan Xiang, Diego Garzon-Friere, Vladimir Levy, Nicholas Bracatellos, David O'Donnell, Jesus Rios, Weiji Wang, Wei Chen, Chase Davis, Benjamin Berkman, Peyton Marcus, Justin Tenenbaum, Hugh Murphy, Mark Blair, Nathan Golden, Cameron Karshner, Thomas Irwin, Kirk Sinowitz, Jingfei Wu, Hanlong Zhu, Yihang Shi, Wan Yu Ling, Yingxi Wang, Shuk Yin Kong, Muxiao Wu, Rikako Muramoto, Jiwan Jiang, Alexander Choi, Julius Stolarski, Trin Vuong, Alec Walters, Jesse Miller, Sean Hele, Travis Quinn, Tegan McRoberts, Oz Larrabee, Patrick Kadlec, Joanna Kenrevska, Michael McDermott, Adam Rustotter, Saisha Monga, Parth Chadger, Amal Hossangadi, Mohammed El-Maliki, Christian Binder, Matthew Makora, Emily Dahlgren, Caitlin Miller, Christy Rader, Danielle Nakov, Troy Mosley, Wyron Chan, Xin Fang, Trevor Bergen, Dylan Pratt, Anderson Roland, Tyler Zanaglio, Jonathan Marr, Louis Kopp, Austin Benbenek, Jacob Tone, Robert Salvo, Mitchell Gepner, Leroy Clark, Cameron Spiller, Sarah Maheratov, Joseph Seitz, Ji-Wen Wang, Heilim Zheng, Ji-Young Han, Yijiao Zhu, Amar Abjalil, Cameron Nissa Matan Ibrahim, Mohammed Hazik Irfan Hashim, Addison Miller, Curtis Lockman, Zane Milborn, Jared Lake, William DaCosta, Mijin Park, Gabrielle Silverman, Nicholas Riccioni, David Godwin, Sean Albright, Eric Bredbenner, Alec Harvat, Daniel Ehrlichman, Zixuan Zhao, Blake Antid, Himanshi Nanda, Daniel Hayes, Clay Fitzgerald, Sarah Stuckman, Sungjung Choi, Shanghui No, Do Hyun Oh, Hyun Kang Lee, Young Sa Yoon, Sang Hoon Cha, Yun Wan Shin, Ryo Gogami, Yi Chun Kiam, Gayush Yu, Jinjin Li, Linji Zhang, Rikrang Wang, Jin Liu, Hao Zhang, Joseph Petrucha, Sarp Engelman, Robert Caffrey, Spencer Quinn, Jason Schott, Nicholas Hillman, Wahaj Butt, Rishi Dhruva, Nicholas Tolenko, Ryan Van Horn, Nishant Gadam, Connor Gephardt, Ernesto Sainz Padilla, Rongwei Zhen, Spencer Emma, Sean Felzon, James Iannacone, Evan Cates, John Axelson, Quentin DeLucente, Robert Campbell, William Benser, Evan Ambrogi, Silo Swen, Daniel Sleece, Suryu Lee, Austin Jaman, Jeffrey Beeler, Daniel Keith, Michael Orico, Michael Basher, Michael Colston, Connor Corvino, John Anastasia, Robert Bentley, Christopher Nugent, James Williamson, Graduates in English are Ian Felker, Carter Claybaugh, Melanie Brusler, Kate Wright, Jesse Westbrook, Mackenzie Sariani, Matthew Evans, Caitlin Wolper, Candace McPhillips, David Gaines, Sarah Hartman, Kaylee Barber, Marina Rinaldi, Caitlin Laman, Anna Criswell, Thomas Zitelli, William Gowan, Harrison Best, William Sheets, Skylar Dykstra, Emily Michio, Dominique Riccardi, Mary Kate Blazowski, Caitlin Shore, Catherine Robinson, Sydney Kotalik, Kevin Brown, Megan O'Leary, Mary Breyer, Nicole Ankovitz, Jennifer Taylor, Braden Ford, Kanika Diltz, Michelle Yang, Byung Wang, Janelle Lee, John Park, Jennifer Palmer, Emmeline Theobald, Bailey Young, thank you, Benjamin Grove, Emily Wrights, James Summerow, Haley Frericks, Helen Tang, Kristen Sanchez, Rachel Nill, Jay Mehta, Alexander Molster, Alexandra Mockover, Celine Ridgway, Ava Sigmund, Christian Presky, Nathaniel Sutherland, Paul Kim, Riley Siders, Christopher Gregorakis, Andrew Wolf, Adam Rubin, Olivia Hilty, Shema Binquab, Caitlin Brunin, graduates in History and Medieval Studies are Thomas Foster, Zachary Welsh, Dominique Vaccaro, Mariah Pierre-Louis, Louisa Lauder, Corey Everly, Luke Beersmith, Max Levine, Carrie Peterson, Mark Wakeman, Danielle Kiefer, Noah Lingwall, Joshua Dropko, John Schwab, Karis Reiter, Mary Kate Murphy, Robert Engel, Aaron Pfeiffer, Anthony Scuderi, John Ivan, Francis Canavan, Benjamin Haspel, Jason Kiefaber, Alec Toma, Kevin Franke, Carver Murphy, Brandon Benner, Jay Eiler, Nicholas Lilia, John White, Amanda Ward, Caitlin Colin, Cindy Swee, Emily Slayman, Kayla Schaefer, Ashley Quinlan, Nicole Guerrero, graduates in Letters, Arts, and Sciences are Samantha Walker, Austin Ford, Amy Gozowski, John Lax, Monica Benson, Kayla Zosk, Dia Johnson, graduates in Labor and Employment Relations and Organizational Leadership are Eric Love, Nicole Payne, Frederick Steimling, Simone Yagi, Brandon Makovic, Jillian Speranza, Kylie Hockman, Rebecca Corson, Rachel Olszewski, Zachary Plummer, Raquel Roy, Shirley Meyer, Megan Wright, Megan Martin, Emily Sloganop, Marcus Raymond, Maggie Kissick, Jessica Brown, Allison Powers, Allison Braconier, Gilbert Orsini, Corey Hairston, Aaliyah Weathers, Natalie Valerio, Corey Finelli, Christopher Carroll, Emily Gifford, Charles Bauer, Jessica Leon, Rebecca Lingefelter, Amanda Marezko, Erica Perchik, Jillian Rosenblum, Jerry Liu, Leah Caraway Justice, Amy Skoog, Victor Joseph, Patrick Chase, Joshua Rosenblum, Alexander Gray, Yutong Yuan, Huhin Yao, Ashley Nero, Grace Donahue, Casey Capelli, Laura Farrell, Jenny Wenger, Jeyu Lau, Catherine Lamb, Whitney Robinson, Nathaniel Boloso, Robert Arnold, Ryan Davis, Patrick Cooney, Noah Fonseca, Bradley Wilson, Emily Hyde, Catherine Zarillo, Carolyn Joy, graduates in philosophy are Shivani Patel, Olivia Diebler, David Murray, Ahmed Mohammed, Sullivan Meyer, Thurman Martin, Abraham Skakel, graduates in Classics and Ancient Mediterranean Studies and Women's Studies are Elise Baranak, Jessica James, Lexi Miller, Leah Davis, Aaron Haney, Rose Miller, Mark Van Horn, June Weber, Carolina Andrade Pazmino, Nawal Qureshi, Sarah Beche, graduates in political science, international politics, law and society, and integrated social science are Nadia Miranda, Naomi Benelli, Haley Hicks, Yosef Al-Naimi, Aruba Tariq, James Ingram, Nicholas Rockwell, Sebastian Rachon, Deniz Varol, Faisal Hirji, Marlon Moses, Oluwatosin Abdedeji Fajobi, Amanda Nguyen, Michaela Neckel, Monique Aber Bublik, Joshua Castro, Robert Varner, Veronica Wyrock, Kelly Morrow, Michael Straw, Lisa Zhang, Sierra Ross, Garrett Strauss, Grace Morgan, Emily Zimnowski, Filippo Fagnoni, Gahi Kim, Antranik Chekamian, James Belko, Daniel Stuckert, Sean Gibson, William Koch, Adam Kita, Kyle Stanford, Matthew Rinko, Elizabeth Hembry, Richard DeVerney, Jonathan Madeira, what's your name? Well, that doesn't, well, I'll just read the names I have. That's all I can do. Haisu Shin, Daekun Kim, Jinwoon Lee, Joseph Carper, Jordan Krieger, Inemika Amandi, Julia Tremblay, Jessica Sheslowski, Julie Distel, Justin Perry, Alejandro Rodriguez Vanzetti, Casey Coleman, Daniel Sanchez, Christoph Bozenka, John Larrick, Skylar Bates, Daniel Featherston, Emily Errett, Anastasia Blasi, McQuillan Murphy, Megan Henderson, Kevin Sager, Angelica Crespo Medina, Natasha Warshalek, Jacob Aronson, Tyler Rosenblatt, Tyler Hops, Mariella Hops, Michael Lynn, John Later, Kara Eckles, Christine Bangura, Tyler Pewitt, Nora Lemtuni, John Reese, Karianne Solkowski, Kylie Prospersky, Shannon Kirchner, Tavarkas Cherry, Amanda Carr, Joseph Hackett, Okil Kim, Sydney Rosinski, Lena Hanna, Anna Bayer, Michael Yun, Alyssa Mason, Chiliuva Zula, Aya Omar Baseso, Josely Frias, Cisobed Torres, Stephen Parr, Bridget Booty, Mackenzie Cornell, Charlie Rossini, Samuel Weber, Thaddeus Abramovich, Drew Jones, Hyunho Cho, Jordan Clavens, Daniel Lorden, Nicholas Borgonkar, Matthew Curcio, Matthew Casper, Nicholas Delizio, Ho Lee, Reagan Davis, Ashley Scott, Cheyenne McFadden, Kai Sindicic, Robert Ross, Michael Bokayao, Omar Al-Abdin, Aiden Graham, Mitchell Lisgorski, Darren Pierce, Avery Killes, Kevin Solomon, Madison Hart, Sean Kane, William McGowan, Christopher Powell, Blake Marks, Hector Efrain Fortin Alvarado, Megan Goni Bradford, Gian, Nicholas Lennon, Samuel Schaefer, Spencer Miller, Olobagemiso Sola Wesu, pardon me, Abigail Girth, James Fojeti, Jacob Jarosky, Andrew Hoy, Zachary Keenan Jones, Ty Snyder, Jinwon Kim, Joy Dervishi, Caitlin Twombly, Kendall Strachan, Kevin Riley, Bradford Silk, Clayton Lucas, Vincent Trometer, Baris Freya, Haruka Mori, Madeline Strausser, Julie Mason, Amanda Turner, Adam Horning, Hannah Parks, Jillian Kennedy, Dylan Lord, Scott Sinnen, Savannah Melville, Alexandra Daly, Cameron Demirag, Nicholas Graziano, Lars Swanson, graduates in psychology are Brittany Bergeron, Noelle Manley, Amanda Kuroda, Kristen Leach, Vivian Lee, Jennifer Sunderland, Stacy Sutton, Clara Nunez, India Timothy, Jacqueline Neff, Nathan Walborn, Marissa Peters, Samantha Bentram, Hannah Brahm, Alexandra Jubal, Shannon Turner, Kayla Conway, Courtney Palmer, Perry Karaman, Molly Davis, Diane Feeney, Fanlu Gui, Difei Wang, Rian Liu, Yujin Wang, Kanjun Zhou, Yuman Long, Jordan Mitchell, Marissa Patman, Alexandra Shilkin, Madison Stewart, Elizabeth Lint, Deanna Wagner, Casey Gallagher, Gia Cannavale, Caitlin Monroe, Carolina Spees, Joseph Golanka, Bree Gedner, Myrna McHale, Ashley Caceres, Taylor Buchanan, Rebecca Moyer, Jessica Brand, Kakwon Chiang, Ziyu Wang, Kuiji Kong, Chanwei Du, Brandon Crooks, Jesse Page, Margaret Findison, Madeline Yon, Mariska Esrick, Jennifer Smothers, Nicole Tobias, Ashley Hefner, Jared Muir, Connor Fialco, Luke Wilson, Bolanle Ajibola, Jeffrey Russell, Matthew Duncan, Thomas Drago, Jacob Saltz, Alice Polanski, Miriam Urquhart, Alexandra Wilcox, Jesse Mozico, Taylor Fury, Hao Hao Ding, Chen Chen, Kayla King, Katrina Helfand, Riley Hellings, John Wang, Sean McBrien, Christopher Lynn, Veronica Onashenko, Hannah Dyer, Allison Gasparich, Alicia O'Brien, Haley Goldstein, Alexa Gambuti, Carly Aiello, Jasmine Torres, Pierce Howell, Khadijah Brown, Tyler Lights, Georgiana Kroom, Shady Hamilton, Breonna Ketter, Sean Carney, Kayla Lowe, Lauren Kelly, Nicole Clark, Emily Ambrosini, Robin D'Amico, Timothy Groh, Allison Casey, Bryn Harinda, Natasha Deshpande, Jensen Ray, Emma Carapalotti, Kirsten Barbieri, Andrea Frank, Brandon McCormick, Ashley Hodge, Amy Lund, Caitlin Gilsnan, Catherine Gross, Maria Amalia Arziga Escobar, Carla Fernandez, Aliyah Burgos Cobo, Arjun Mahalan, Naomi Franklin, Jacqueline Perez, Samantha Key, Mariah Back, Bridget Cahill, Laura Gallagher, Matthew Bertner, Gaiman Robb, Alexandra Von Masamitsu, Paul Roman, Christian Santos, Delini Mewadina, Suzanne Hamilton, Genesis Rios, Alec Lieberman, Sarah Warnquist, Rami Caldi, Lindsay Klimek, Alexa Stewart, Isabella Gilch, Kaylee Lusick, Ashley Brooks, Shiana Gregorio, Michaela Resser, Morgan Pawida, Shinwa McFarland, Minky Kim, Michaela Wilson, Emily Pfeiffer, Cassidy Sieber, Jennifer Mandrell, Abigail Kerr, Jennifer Lash, Christina Postiglione, Nicole Wilkinson, Krista Menachino, Jessica Toby, Carrie Van Doren, Brenna Berry, Michael O'Neill, Emily Wolfskill, Alexa Aaron, Ishmael Bala, Victoria Folkrod, Jacqueline Klein, Michelle Berg, Leanna Glass, Nicole Laurel, Barbara Bayless, Ashley Evans, Dania Alcabaz, Sean Cooley, Melanie Foreman, Allison Wolf, Emily Montague, Alexandra Macrini, Kara Kisling, Devin Gary, Laura Nolan, Alyssa Ank, Kyra Fisher, Taylor Glowowski, Christina Martinez, Daniel Johnson, Ashley Hasinger, Alyssa Lauer, Nathaniel Seelover, Wanyung Cha, Hylin Choi, Fia Cortez, Tiffany Luche, Janelle Purnell, Christine Mancuso, Jessica O'Neill Jublinski, Danielle Ortiz, Ekaterina Blick, Tal Ben Artsy, Catherine Solomon, Shannon McConnell, Samantha Ertzy, Paige Thomas, Jason Woodring, Joseph Trocito, Max Mighton, Skylar Korek, Megan Hotaway, Mackenzie Bracklin, Claudia Robledo, Hannah Scott, Laura Toney, Penny Brooker, Sonia Escobar Bullard, Davinas Onwaha, Kara Keener, Jenna Meck, Brooke Sinko, Sarah Stahl, Jillian Dunn, Kyla Karchner, Christy Beitzel, Jinqui Chao, Shirley Louis, Kojo Biden, Aswana Smith, Evan Hawker, Daniel Correa Rivera, Jaishi Wei, Alec Yu, Jared White, Shahar Weiss, Rebecca Ewing, Nicolette Randazzo, Brenna Loniger, Christina Matangos, Alexa Reynolds, Francine Cabeza, Olivia Domino, Alyssa Belsky, Adam James, Molly Patel, Samuel Dijon, Stephen Martin, Isaac Fotrovsky, John Mooney, Raquel Watson, Catherine Kerrigan, Ashley Pay, Kelly Gregory, John McCullough, Corbin Jankowski, Charles Miller, Angelica Katani, Nyanpu Lee, Elizabeth Sellers, Stephen Holly, Joanna Pantelides, Megan Parker, Isabel Aragon, Kira Kunkel, Kirsten Kunkel, Adam Qureshi, Mary Abraham, Kiana Miller, Candace Schaefer, Allison Colum, Ryan Golas, Richard Garcia, Phyllis Nigg, Yalitza Melgar, Anjali Bhatt, Lauren Mina, Stephanie Mina, Heather Adams, Brian Drinkwine, Matthew Gerard, graduates in comparative literature and global and international studies are Rosalie Schlenk, Sean Elston, graduates in German and Russian are Kendra Hepler, John Kozora, Megan Kraus, Christopher Nishalk, Olivia Raub, Mark Milutinovich, Jack Dimidio, Ian Cameron, Robert Voorhees, Katrina Hartman, graduates in French and Francophone studies are Daquan Thompson, Megan Bazile, Nicholas Benos, Sarah Getson, Micah Houston, Akam Lawson, Brian Adair, Lindsay Anderson, Rachel Hoffman, graduates in Asian Studies, Chinese, and Japanese are Zachary Vidal, Gina Aiello, Akina Lofters, Ji Gao, Susan Amidon, Michaela Dietrich, Samuel Malika, Alina Pirano, Graduates in Spanish and Italian are Jessica Rubel, Caitlin Schmidt, Stephanie Hartman, Nicholas Schultz, Crystal Casillas, Kayla Fish, LaShawn Williams, Anna Kaufman, Thomas Veit, Daniel Friedland, Eric Zavala, Caitlin Kaufman, Cara Elizio, Lauren Freeman, Gregory Collins, Felix Witien, Emma Tierney. Graduates in sociology are Emily Miao, Michael Holmes, Sarah Jones, Nicole Feritich, Dante Hernandez, Sirek Jackson, Rebecca Early, Daniel Sullivan, Nathaniel Pence, Michaela Zimmerman, Alexa Przwadek, Nicholas Filangeri, Evelyn Bossio, Christy Carfango, Max Tremaine, Emerald Now, Shenji Ma, Stephanie Chashi Oski. You're not going to be here tomorrow? Okay. We'll see you in August. Are you retired?
So, thank you. Okay, congratulations to our graduates. The Penn State Alumni Association celebrates your successes and welcomes you into a proud network of Penn Staters. Today, you join more than 658,000 other successful Penn State alums who are making a difference in their communities and professions. Your Alumni Association is powered by pride, with more than 176,000 alumni and friends like you keep their connection to our world-class university strong through membership in the Alumni Association. So today, on behalf of the Alumni Association, I'm honored to share a graduation gift with you, a one-year free membership in the Penn State Alumni Association. Your membership keeps you in touch with Penn State and connects you with more than 300 alumni chapters, groups, and societies. No matter where you live or what you studied, we have a group that matches your interests. After graduation, once you are settled, reach out to your Penn State alumni chapter. Your Penn State family will be happy to hear from you. And in the coming years, when you visit University Park, we hope you will stop by your alumni home on campus, the Hintz Family Alumni Center. So, would our new graduates please rise? And would all other Penn State alums rise too? It gives me great pleasure to induct all our graduating students into the Alumni Association. Please be seated. I now call on Dean Taylor for some closing remarks.
You've all learned a great many things over the days, months, and years leading up to this wonderful day. But if you had learned nothing else, you would have learned that colleges and universities are complex organizations. They are complex organizations that, among other things, put on complex affairs like this to celebrate and recognize their graduates. And these complex affairs would not be possible without the work of a great many people, great, wonderful members of our staff and faculty, without whose labor that could very easily become invisible, this operation, this affair, this wonderful day would not be possible. So I'd just like to invite you to join me in taking a moment to thank the people who have taken us to and from our appointed places and who have in a variety of other ways made it possible for this day to proceed. Please join me in thanking them. So, ladies and gentlemen, following the singing of the alma mater, everyone, graduates and audience, will please be seated and remain seated until everyone participating in the recessional has gone down the aisle. Graduates, following the formal recessional, please wait for your staff marshals to reach your row to signal you to recess down the center aisle. And now, in closing, please stand for the singing of the alma mater, led by Joseph Helinski. The words appear on the last page of your program. Audience and graduates, please be seated. The recessional will now begin.